got to get this out.
Oh, wait. Max, pull out the tissue. Max up. As a child, I found creatures of all kinds fascinating, much to the dismay of my mother and the pride of my father. According to PetPlace.com, Americans own 11 million reptiles as pets. The reason for this are as varied as the choice of reptiles. Hi. Some of the reasons are ease of care.
Geckos.
Don't necessarily like to be held all the time. But this is one of our pets. This is our pet leopard gecko. His name is Colossal. Sorry, he's wiggling a lot. This is a carrot-tailed leopard gecko, and he is one of 3 geckos that we have here in the house. They can live to be 20 to 25 years old, according to an article in Geckos Unlimited. These geckos are called Leos and are an exotic, invasive species that are imported from the Middle East, Pakistan, Iran, Afghanistan, and India. Stop. Okay. Their natural habitat is dry and rocky, and I'm going to put him back because he's not happy. Dry, rocky grassland and dry, sandy deserts. They eat mealworms, crickets, and small insects. They are personal animals and will hang out for hours in somebody's armpit.
Well, they get in my shirt and my
Yes, they do. And on that note, in the same chorda phylum as the gecko, this is our serpentine friend, the juvenile ball python, who's not happy about this either. I'm a little dude. He's easier to hold. This is a ball python. He's still pretty young, only about 6 months old. In an article by Richard Overland, the ball python snake is also an exotic or an invasive species, native of Africa and the smallest of the African pythons. He's called a ball python because the way you can see him doing it now, he balls up in a ball so that his head is hidden from his prey. They eat small rodents, mammals, and birds, but in captivity they'll only eat rat pups and frozen mice, but we've determined that he does not like frozen animals. He will only eat live mice. As I stated, both of these species are exotic or invasive. I do not mean that it's to be confusing because these two terms indeed can be interchangeable. Florida's Teacher's Guide claims that native countries where they come from are misplaced creatures sometimes end up outgrowing their owners and are set free. It is at this point that these exotic pets become invasive species. An invasive species, An invasive species and one which is described by the encyclopedia as a non-indigenous species or non-native, and that adversely affects habitats and the bioregions and can wreak havoc on native species and can compete for local resources. So in conclusion, I have introduced you to a couple beautiful reptile species. I want to clear up a few misconceptions about reptiles, and in addition to remind you to use common sense and be a responsible pet owner when choosing any exotic, and be prepared for the animal to be with you for a while. As the BBC News reporter, Clive the tortoise died at 150 years old. Thank you.
Woo!